Hey y'all, it's Dankyounte and I'm back for day number 26 of my 30-day post a video challenge. And honestly, I know I'm late. I'm so sorry. I had some stuff to do today, so my apologies.
Well.
So today I want to talk about how to stop a spiral. And I apologize in advance if y'all hear crickets. It's literally almost 10:30 as I'm recording this. But if you're anything like me, while you've been on your manifestation journey, you probably thought about what you wanted and then you started wondering why you don't have it yet, or when is it going to come in, or how long is this supposed to take. And then you start getting discouraged and then you start feeling like manifestation doesn't work, which it does because you're always manifesting, whether it's good or bad. But I'm going to talk about how to stop that, or at least what helped me to stop that.
Okay, let's go.
So, specific incident, I would have to say it's when I got my car, because when I got my car, that was one of the times where I really felt like I know what I'm doing. Like, I really manifested that, because the car that I have right now, that is the car that I've been wanting literally for almost the last 10 years. I've had it for 2 years, so I'm going to say the last 8 years. I saw it in like 2015 and I got it in 2022. So that moment leading up to when I got that car, that was when I taught myself how to stop spiraling, or, just snap out of it. And that was also around the time when I knew for a fact that I knew how to manifest and I literally knew what I was doing. So before we got up to that point, like I said, there was some moments where I did spiral, because before I had the car that I have now, I had a Honda Accord. It was a two-door. It was a 2010. Don't get me wrong, it was a nice car, but I did not want that car.
I don't like that.
I think I got that car I might have got that car in like 2017, and I literally just got rid of it in 2022. I struggled so much with that car. I had a lot of issues. It was in 3 different accidents, and it just seemed like every time I turned around, it was something that happened with that car that needed money that I didn't have.
God damn! God damn! God damn!
And it's very ironic that Hondas were supposed to be reliable cars, but for some reason, mine literally had issues from day one. And what I mean by that is, whenever I went to go get it, I drove down from Pennsylvania to Virginia to get it. And I had stayed in the DMV area because it was also my birthday weekend. Now, I originally didn't want this car. I wanted a Challenger, but my pockets weren't giving Challenger at the moment. I'm grateful that they were giving Honda, honestly, because wow.
You ain't got no money.
So whenever I got the car, I did like a little quick walk around and it looked fine. No scratches, no dings. I turned it on, let it run for a little while, and I drove it to go get something to eat while they were doing the paperwork, and it was fine. But when it started getting darker and I drove from Virginia to Baltimore, I got pulled over.
What is going on here? This is not normal. This is not how things are supposed to function.
I know I'm in a different area, but I'm not driving crazy. I'm not swerving. I'm not even drunk or anything like that. So what's going on? And the cop let me know my headlight was out. And I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, why didn't you check the lights before you left? First of all, mind your business.
You in my business? Yeah, don't do that.
Second of all, I'm just a girl. I didn't even think to check the headlights because I'm not a mechanic. But after I realized that happened, when I got back to Pennsylvania after the weekend, I got the light fixed and I was like, wow, this is how I'm starting off with this car. So I was already in a bad mindset to begin with. So I literally struggled with that car, getting it repaired, having it in and out of shops and stuff like that for about 4.5 years. 4.5 years I spent with that car. Worst 4.5 years, would not do it ever again. But it taught me a lot of lessons, and it also helped me manifest myself into the car that I'm in. So like I said, and like I keep saying, I am grateful to have had that car. but what I got now is way better. Anyways, I kept myself in the state of being a person who had a car that always had issues, and that literally proved to me manifesting is working. You just need to figure out how to change it around for the better. So I finally got fed up and I forced myself. Whenever I would spiral, I had to tell myself, you need to stop. Like, you gotta stop this. You want what you want, and in order to get what you want, you can't keep getting tripped up. So what I did to stop spiraling, I would actually just literally tell myself to shut up. Once the thought started in my head, it would go on for a while, but I had to train myself to be like, shut up. That's not what's going on. Stop. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. We're not doing this anymore.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
I did speak to him last night. You told me the whole story. It sounded like Safari 2.0.
So I will say it does take a lot of discipline in the beginning, but as you keep forcing yourself to only think the thoughts that you want or thoughts that reference the thing that you want, see yourself as having it, think about you having it, you're going to get it. It doesn't matter how much time it takes, you're going to get it. And no one can tell you when it's going to happen. It could happen the same day. It could happen in 3 days. It could happen in 6 months. Like me getting my car happened for me in 6 months. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take you 6 months. All I'm saying is you actually have to stay on it. Once you stay on it and don't think against it, it's going to happen just like that. It took me 6 months, in my opinion, to get my car because I was wavering. I was wavering bad. Like one day I'd be like, yeah, I got my new car. I love it. It looks like this. It smells like this. It feels like this. But then I would still be getting into my car like, I hate this car. I can't wait to get another car. I wonder when I'm going to be able to get my new car. And you can't do that because you're being in 2 different states. And I honestly didn't realize it at the beginning of that process.
I mean, honestly, the girl did it to her damn self.
So now that you're watching this video, you'll be able to identify that and you'll be able to stop it pretty much before it even starts. Like I said, I literally struggled with that car for 4.5 years. And I say 4.5 years because once I realized that it is possible for me to get another car, it took me 6 months to get my car. Now, like I said earlier, it's not going to take you that long because you can learn from my mistakes. Don't try to occupy 2 different states. Whenever you get a bad thought, tell it to shut up and say, no, XYZ is happening right now. No, I have my new car right now. No, I have my SP right now. No, I have my dream job right now. Stop that thought in its tracks. There's nothing special that you have to do. You just have to stop thinking that thought. Don't let yourself keep thinking these thoughts because the longer that you keep thinking these thoughts is the longer that it's going to take for you to get what you want. Literally, every time I had a negative thought or an opposing thought about me and my dream car, I would just say, nope, I don't want to hear it. Shut up. Like, seriously, be quiet because that's not what's going on. I have my car. I already have it. I see the keys. The keys are in my hand. Every time I get into my car, I'm like happy because I know it's my dream car. So what I did, I stole something from Bruce Almighty. And like I said a couple videos back, go watch that movie if you have not. It has one of my favorite actors in it, Jim Carrey. And he also believes in manifestation. So we locked in. But in that movie, he had a bucket and he hated it. But once he realized I am God, or he got the powers from God. So then he was in the knowing of him being God, he knew that he could have anything that he wanted. So when he got in his bucket, he was like, I'm God. I can't drive this. What's wrong with me? He imagined himself being in his dream car. So once the camera switches from him being inside of the bucket and it goes outside and you see the car, he's literally in what I presume to be his dream car. I think it was a Celine S7. Very nice car. So I literally started imitating him. Every time I got into my Honda, I wouldn't make myself realize I'm in my Honda that I hate. I got into my car. I was just like, I'm in my dream car. It literally has all the features that I want. Whenever I had to plug my phone up using my aux cord, it was rough. But whenever I plugged my phone up on the aux cord, I would just imagine myself connecting the phone to Bluetooth or seeing on my phone screen that, you know, it was connected to whatever my car's name was. And even if I looked down and I saw my old faded H on the steering wheel because the paint had came off of the H somehow, and no, I didn't do it. I bought it like that.
Ah, the ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto.
It was terrible. But every time I looked down at that faded H, I was like, that's not an H. When I look down, I see 4 rings because I have an Audi. I don't even see that. That doesn't exist to me. I literally turned around every negative thought that I had. I stopped myself from spiraling by literally stopping my thoughts in their tracks and making myself think what I had was what I already wanted. Now, I'm not saying you can't want something nice or you have to make yourself like what you have. I worded that very wrong. What I'm saying is you kind of have to ignore the 3D and you just have to know that you have what you like already, if that makes sense. So for an example, if you're manifesting an SP, whenever you have the thought come up like, oh, I'm so lonely, or oh, I wish I had a boyfriend or a girlfriend to do XYZ with, as soon as you have that thought, matter of fact, before that thought is even halfway done, you need to stop it. Just literally force yourself to stop it. Become consciously aware of what you're thinking. You have to do that at least at first, because if you're not aware that you're thinking these bad thoughts, how are you going to change them? So every time a thought comes up, cut it off. Literally, cut it off. When you cut it off, replace it with what you want. So if you're thinking something like, oh, I was so lonely last night when I went to the bar. I wish my boyfriend was with me. I wish my girlfriend was with me. I wish the person that I was interested in was with me. Cut that thought off and immediately replace it with something like, oh, me and my SP had so much fun. I can't wait till we do it again. My SP looked so nice in their outfit. My SP was complimenting me all night. My SP said I smell good. You're going to do all that stuff. You're just literally replacing your thoughts. That's it. Once you finally get them to the point where you're like, oh, I got it. I'm not thinking negative thoughts anymore. You're literally going to feel it shift. It's just going to feel different. Like you're going to feel lighter, in my opinion. Or you're going to feel like, okay, well, I don't know what I was making a fuss out of everything for, because I'm like perfectly fine. And then once you get to that point, in my opinion, that's when everything is going to start coming to you. It's just going to feel normal. It's going to feel like another day. And that's another reason why a lot of people say take your manifestation off the pedestal, because once you do that, it's going to feel like it's normal for you to have it because you already have it. Like if you have a bottle of water in your refrigerator right now, you're not going to be sitting there like, oh my gosh, I wish I had some water. I don't know what I'm going to do. How am I going to get some water? No, you're going to be cool because you already have the water in your fridge. You know that it's upstairs. You don't have to wonder when the water is coming because it's already upstairs. That's why people say you already have it, because you have to think like you already have it. It's normal for you to have the car that you want. It's normal for you to have the SP that you want. It's normal for you to have the money that you want. It's normal. You don't have to do anything to get it. You just have to think as if you're the person that has it. You don't have to force it. Just let it go. And it's going to happen.
I tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. I'm telling you.
But I intend that this video helps you. Matter of fact, I know that this video is going to help you. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time.
TF, ... I'm out this bitch.